to the lovely snowy chalet. Now, I'm just going to go on mute for about 30 seconds because I need to adjust my desk. So I will be back in a moment. I'll just leave you with the bands, but I will be back before the band phase has finished. So just stick with me. Okay, I have returned. Thank you very much for your patience. It's very much appreciated. All right, so Thatcher is going to be the first band that's coming out from the orange team, which is Legacy. No big surprises. Let's see who the blue team, Sobs, are going to ban. It's going to be Jackal. Now, we have seen him banned once already this season. He was banned yesterday by Avenger Gaming. Today, getting banned by Swing or Be Swung. Defensive team always bans first, which means that Swing or Be Swung are attacking first. Goyo is going to be their defensive ban. That's the first time we've seen him banned this season. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Welcome to the stream, everybody, by the way. Thank you to all of those of you that are joining us for this game. This is the third game that we've had and the third time Thatcher's been banned, and we are going to get Kaid banned. This is the third ban for Kaid as well. So Kaid is actually less favored than Mirror this season for some reason. Interesting. All right, get my controller set up. Move my chair out the way. Bear with me. There we go. All right, we are good to go. Okay, so with Legacy starting on defense, I've never casted these two teams. So it's going to be really confusing for me to look at them here because it is always weird casting new teams for the first time. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Legacy's kind of vanquish, right? I was expecting Zach to be there tonight, but he isn't playing tonight. He has been left at home. Some would say that's a good thing. We're going to have Numps playing on Ash. I have seen Numps playing before. I saw him play a game on Coastline. I think he got an ace or... No, it was like a 1v3 or 1v4 clutch, and he was playing on attack. It was really good. I remember watching that and enjoying it. Kane is going to 6-pick a Rooney and go into mute. Now, that's an interesting choice. When you think Kane, you think nutty fella running around just shooting stuff. But instead, he's going to be playing a pretty on-site support kind of operator. But let's see if he's going to play him off-site. Now, as we go to Byron Gaming first, you do want to have a bit of a heavy presence upstairs. Now, it looks like that is the way that Legacy are going to go. We can look at some stats from last season. We don't have them for this season because we haven't played enough maps yet. But last season, this site, Byron Gaming, was 56% defender favored and 44% attacking favored. So on this site, we would expect, or at least anticipate, that, you know, every 2 times this site is played, the defenses are going to win it once. Is this going to be the time they win it? They've picked it as their primary site. We've got no one going for a spawn peak. We've got a little bit of a dance being done up here by Ty and Kane as they're trying to work out what they want to do. Signal Jam is going to go down behind that shield to slow down drones, but you can still sneak them around. Now, there's an early team kill from Cusick Sam, and God Zach has left the game. But I don't think we're getting a rehost. We aren't getting a request for a rehost here. Which is interesting. The game is playing out. Force Rocker on cams. Yeah, I guess Zach had an illegal skin. That's what I'm going to assume. He had an illegal skin. Zach has returned, so I guess he's taken it off. It wasn't a rage quit. That's going to be my guess. My guess, an illegal skin. Not a good start. Zach should know better. He should know better. 4 versus 5, so a nice, easy startup here coming out for Legacy, as they only have 4 players to play against. Now, Typhlosion is going to be playing here on Mezzanine. This is a very common Pro League setup, is to have that wall on library or reading room. Library is reinforced and a player behind a shield on Mezzanine, and that's what Typhlosion is doing. So good to see some Pro League strats coming out. Also, it's very common to see holes opened up here with a shield and players playing over here. But for this site, we are playing completely above sight with a handy mirror window placed here to overlook the hallway. Early gas grenade goes out from Just Toby to slow down the push, as we've got 3 players coming over here from the bathroom and office master bedroom side. We have that wall opened up by Ace, and Ash is going to be able to use that to peek through, but she doesn't want to go through there as it's a bit risky, so she's going to open up a hole so she can make her way through to mezzanine without having to expose herself too much to that hallway. But she has actually gone round. She is going to play for that, and Toby is going to play behind this shield, waiting for a push from one of these players to come out. Typhlorazon is just down below, probably with a C4. And no, he hasn't got a C4. He's playing with a shield, but he is getting into a gunfight with a player at the lobby. But Force Rocker coming over here from the kitchen side is going to claim that life. That is the first kill on the board for Swing or Be Swung, and is going to Force Rocker himself. We've got a slow walking Jaeger right here in blue, and he's going to fall to the hands of Force Rocker as well. Goodbye Stealth 7, as we are now in a 4 versus 3. And despite the early advantage for Legacy, Sobs have managed to turn that around, but their players are ridiculously low on health as Kane manages to pick Numps off. He gets the second. Can he get any more, as he is playing upstairs above site as suspected? He still has 1 C4, but Sam is going to pick him off, leaving himself all on his own because Just Toby gets the refrag. Sam moves into site. He has no diffuser. He's got 2 kills to find, but with Just Toby playing on the staircase, he's safe and sound like a bug in a rug. And the first round is going to go to the defensive team of Legacy. Based on time as well. Interesting. Based on time. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Now, we're going to go to master bedroom and office. Be interesting to see what the teams put out here. This is most teams' primary site, but instead this is the secondary site choice coming out for Legacy. Sam, going to 6-pick that Flores and go onto a Ana. Great utility. Grenades, good gun, almost infinite drones. Very good pick. Flores is also very decent. A lot of people sleep on Flores, but he is a good operator. You being on the board does nullify him a little bit because obviously the signal jammers will stop his drone if it gets too close. So a good mute play will effectively shut down Flores very, very well. But Flores is still very strong and not to be underestimated whatsoever. Bear me for a second, stream. I'm just going to sneeze. Oh, no one needs to hear me sneeze. No one needs to hear me sneeze. Sixter, we beat you 3-0 in finals. How you saying easy, lad? Force, let's go to Sinkaz. He's just seen... oh, no, he hasn't seen the kill yet. Oh, he has seen the kill. Yeah, he has seen the 1 kill. Well done to Force for that one. His 1 of 2 kills. You haven't seen it yet, but you will do shortly as we get back to the setup here and look at what the defense are doing. We've got 3 players on or near site with 2 playing down below. Kane goes for a cheeky peek out of that trophy window, but he doesn't manage to get any work done from it. Doesn't manage to do any damage. Red pings go out. Just Toby is there backing up Typhlorazon. So I thought that was Kane that I was looking at downstairs, but it wasn't. It was Ty. Okay, so Ty's running around downstairs. I don't know how Kane was taking damage, but he did. Oh, okay, so he's looking through the window from above. This is a cheeky little position. You've got to watch out for this as the attack. This is very common, but a lot of people do forget about it, and I think we're going to see someone die right now as they try to jump in. We've got 3 players stacked up there, and Kane just has to bide his time. There goes 1. Oh, but he makes it through as Blitz from outside, repelled on the window, manages to take Kane out of play. Well done, my dude. What a play there from Swing or Be Swung to counter that play coming out. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But was that... No, that can't have been... It was Blitz that got it, but he was repelled out on this window. That must have been through a hole in the floor up above. Interesting. 4 versus 2. As Legacy take an early lead here, Force Rocker on Blitz EU are the last 2 left standing, but Force Rocker is going to claim the life of 1. That's Typhlorazon dropping. 2 versus 3 now with Blitz having the diffuser. He's playing down below, just coming up to join Force Rocker now. They need to push together. And it is a 2 versus 3 with Drillists. I'll call him Drill. He's going to be sitting on site, just watching some cam. Stealth 7 playing on the bathroom with Just Toby running past him to join Blitz, or Drills rather, over here close to site. just waiting for the attackers to push their way up. Force Rocker and Blitz have now separated a little bit, but Force Rocker's going to be coming up the main staircase in Fireplace to join his teammate. They don't have, well, they do have the utility they need, but the question is it signal jammed on that side of the wall for Office? Sounds like it's not actually. Blitz is managing to get that open, so they are going to be able to push in and get a default. No, they're not. It's not signal jam. They are going to be able to get in there. Going to open up those two holes. Going to get a head height hole for shooting through on the left and a crouch hole on the right for crouch walking through and getting into a plant position. Force Rocker's going to have to cover with the air jab, but Blitz is going to claim one life. It's a 2 versus 2, and this is looking very good for subs right now. They have good positioning. If Force Rocker had one air jab left, which he does, he can put it on this door. Oh no! Countered, but the player's running around behind him. Air jab's going to go off as Just Toby comes around to get that flank. Force Rocker claims the life of Stealth 7. Just Toby's the last one standing. They don't know his flank, but they do know his flank because Blitz turns around at just the right time, gets that kill. There we go. This game sense as the red ping comes up. Great calls there from the team. A swing will be swung. Take round number 2. This is some interesting siege that we're seeing here so far. Mrs. Toot will have heard the sneeze. When I sneeze, the people down the road hear it. Oh, Mrs. Toot didn't hear it. Okay, interesting. Master bedroom and office. Gonna get played again. As Typhlo is on, is going to 6-pick the Mozzie and go for completely different intel denial in the hands of Mute. Both equally interesting operators. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mozzie getting played slightly less due to the ammo nerf, but I don't think it's going to be really enough to affect his pick rate too consistently. But Rooney's still there in play with the Roni and the drop in ammo count. From what I hear, I haven't played these two. In fact, I haven't played since the patch came out. But from what I understand, the recoil adjustment to the Roni actually isn't that big a deal and still perfectly manageable. Now, up here in office, we are going to get a setup downstairs from Just Toby, reinforcing a couple of walls. It's going to be his job to hold down here, it seems. Sometimes you'll see players over here. If you're watching the likes of Reborn, for example, they'll be positioned around here, maybe with some reinforcements or holes in the wall. You can stand on this desk, or this table rather, get a hole in the wall at the top here, and that allows you to look at this staircase, which is going to be a very common push for a lot of players to make. So it's a pretty good play to have people down there looking up through holes in the floor onto perhaps this doorway or this doorway. There's so many possibilities because every single floor on this site, on both of these sites, are completely destructible. The only bit in this area not destructible is this grey bit out here by piano and this hallway right here. But everything else you can defend perfectly well from underneath. Now, Godzak is going to open up that window, give a bit of a bait, wait to see if someone jumps out. They don't, and he is going to head downstairs to look like he's clearing some utility from underneath. Great play there from Legacy to take out whatever utility is here. Drills wants to have a little look through the hole, see if there's an easy pick, but there isn't. Godzak has run away. And it looks like we are going to get to set to work here on another take in the exact same spot as last time, as that wall gets opened up by Blitz. Force Rocker up here at the top of the library staircase. We've got much better positioning here from Swing or Be Swung, as it's a 5 versus 5 with 2 minutes left to go. Drills is going to take a whole load of damage from Q6 Sam, it looks like, as Sam does back out. Goes over to the bathroom, but there's no one there. Type throws on piano, going to be backed up by his teammate Sam, who was just taking the fire, but sorry, not Sam, Drills. Oh, Stealth 7 though with the 2 quick kills. Manages to put things in favor of Legacy rather quickly. That's the 3rd for him. Stealth 7 with the 4K. Is he going to get another one? It's him versus Sam. He's going to want to get that kill. He wants that ace. Sam is outside, but is going to drop down and try to find another way in. Stealth is going to be wanting that ace. He's going to be hunting this down right now, as the rest of his team are going to want to deny it. But Sam has left the game, interestingly, rather than allow an ace to happen. This is interesting. All right. So, I don't know if we're getting a rehost here. Let me pause it. And let me ask. Okay, Sam has returned. I'm resuming that's not going to count. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if that was to avoid a death and to avoid stats and to not waste time. If it was to avoid a death and pad stats, bit of a poor play from Kusik Sam, in my opinion. You should have just let it happen. Let it happen. This is why you can't trust stats, because people do stuff like that. I'm not saying Sam did do that, but it was an odd decision to just quit out and then come back straight away when he was in a 1 versus 4. Anyway. No pause, no rehost. Snowmobile is going to be the next site. Bar and Gaming could be played again by Legacy, but they're not going to. They're going to go to Snowmobile instead. Now, this is widely considered as the worst site on the map now. Since the rework, Snowmobile, widely considered the worst. But on Xbox, in ranked leagues, people still go for it. But yeah, when you go to PC leagues and PC play, a lot of the PC players will tell you this is the worst site possible now to defend, with all the other ones being so much better. I don't know how much I believe it. I mean, I'm one to believe that for myself and do it for myself rather than just what others tell me. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's take a look at some stats for this site and see what happened last season here. Snowmobile, despite that word from PC players, 67% defender favored here last season, 33% attacker favored. So, you know, the boys and girls from Legacy here should stand a good chance if they can follow the stats. We've got everyone playing on site except for one roamer. That's just Toby, who's going to be over here in the bar and gaming area. Q6 Sam possibly about to drone him out. There we go. Just Toby has been spotted, and that drone is going to yellow ping him. Numps is getting the drone in there as well. That's going to, Numps is going to come off. Godzak is going to push onto Toby here, so they know exactly where he is. Yellow pings, he hasn't moved. Pre-fires are plenty. And there we go. Zach is going to claim the life of just Toby. Easy picks there coming up from Legacy. Cheeky little Valkyrie cam is going to spot what looked like a Nomad at the end of the hallway there. Force Rocker has been seen, and he's going to start droning ahead before he makes his way down the blue staircase. He is going to lose that drone as he starts to push in with Numps to come in for that blue tape. The little head is just a little bit too low there for Force Rocker to see it. Kane has been downed, but is going to get no, he's not going to get revived because Sam has managed to frag him out. That's from upstairs. Nicely done to Mr. Q6 Sam. He gets a second one onto Kane. He gets a third onto Typhlo Ozon, but his reign of terror is ended by Stealth 7, who's doing great work for Legacy here tonight. 1 versus 2. Yet again, Force Rocker and Blitz, the last two players left standing on Sobs against the one-man Stealth 7, who, from what he's done so far, could well still clutch this. Let's see. Let's see. Isn't leaving to avoid the death illegal? Well, we don't know that's what he did. It's not considered. Yeah, it's not considered sporting. Yeah. C4 gets torn, but it's not going to do any damage to the two players that are left. Force Rocker's aiming just a little bit too high. It starts to push down. Blitz needs to move in quickly to capitalize on Stealth 7's distraction. Blitz beautifully baiting out his teammate there. Allowing him to sweep in and get the kill yet again, and no one has mentioned this for some reason. Well, no, why would anyone mention it? I haven't put the bar at the top, but I have added it now. Okay, all right, bar and gaming is going to be the next site. So we are 2-2. A swing will be swung. Managed to pull back a second round, and we now go back up to bar and gaming, the primary site of choice for Legacy. Now, in case you're wondering what the two numbers next to the team logos are, it's actually their current live standing positions. So if you look at the standings on tournament.com, link is available in the Discord server. You will see that Sobs are currently number 5 on the standings and Legacy is number 8. After this game, one of those two teams will move up and one of them won't. One of them won't. All right, so bar and gaming. We saw this site played first in round number 1, and it was won by the defense. They did manage to get the win. Now, it was a 4 versus 5 in favor of defense. because Godzak, for whatever reason, had been team killed. We're not sure why. I doubt he disconnected Voxy. He was back in like 10 seconds. Dropped down, looked at the floor, disconnected, came back. Yeah. We'll never know what it was. We'll never know what it was. No one's going to admit that that's why he left. So all we can do is speculate. Now, Blitz. Going to be pushing in here on this first floor, opening up a... Okay. Bait. Claymore. Leave it. Interesting. I like this. I like this. I understand what he's doing here. As a drone is going to get dropped, that window is going to get opened up just enough. But as he gets in, is that signal jammer going to deny the drone? That's the question. We can see it's here by the door, so it should be safe to get that drone in and then move it around piano. That should be absolutely fine. Blitz does manage to get that window open eventually, but I don't know what's happened to the drone. He's got one left, but is it the one that he threw in? Not sure. Not sure. Godzak's already in anyway, so yeah, Blitz doing a lot of work outside just for Zach to stroll in and not have to worry about anything now. Typro is on taking a bit of damage. He's in a gunfight over here from the players out on the windows, it seems, and he's going to be holding this mezzanine spot just like in round number 1 where we had, I think it was Kane. Sorry, Typro is on, not Godzak. Holding here when I think it was Kane or Ty holding that position. I think it was both of them at one point. Both of them at one point. Oh yeah, Kane was behind the mirror window and he's doing that again. Just Toby was out on the staircase, which he still is, so the exact same setup from the defense this time round. Stealth 7 on the rotate, Kusik Sam down below, hunting him down, but Stealth is going to make his way back to site and stay alive as Sam is going to back out and come round the other way. Force Rocker trying to do some damage to Kane behind that mirror window, but he isn't going to manage it though. Kane does do a little tickle to Force Rocker, and that gas grenade is going to force Force Rocker back. Stone Grenade is going to go out to allow Force Rocker to push through with the player behind the mirror window blinded, but it hasn't gone quite according to plan, and Force Rocker's push has been denied by Kane, who is still here behind the window just watching and waiting for someone to poke their face around that doorway. Here's a player going to the window and spins around. But there's no one there just yet. Sam does claim the life of Stealth 7. 5 versus 4 in favor of Sobs. 35 seconds left to go, and there's still a lot of work here to do if Sobs want to get in and get this diffuser down. Kane is going to be a real pain in the ass looking through this hatch. They need to shut him down, unless they can make their way in here into the gaming room itself. But Drillsters, along with this mirror window, is going to be a pain for that site as well. But when we're getting frags like this, and we get down to a 5 versus 2 or 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1 now as Trills is the last player left standing. He's going to claim the life of 1, but he's got 3 players left to tackle. He manages to get 1, 3 versus 1, 2 versus 1 as Blitz is actually down. Force Rocker gets in with that diffuser and he's going to start planting. Sam's going to cover the position, trying to hold this player back. He knows exactly where he is. He's just got to stop Trills from stopping that plant, but the plant is successful. Force Rocker just manages to get it down. He's going to hold this position right here by the bar, waiting for Drills to come through. Here's the C4 and he manages to back out just in the nick of time. Blitz is going to remain down. He is not going to get revived. So it's now 1v1, Force versus Drills. Force just has to play this very, very sensibly, and it looks like he's going to. Drills just has a rough idea of where he is as he makes his way round to this staircase, but Force has gone all the way downstairs. Drone denied. Air jab's going to go off, giving Force that intel, but Force isn't going to push it. 12 seconds left to go. Trillsters is going to have to start hitting that diffuser with 7 seconds left. Force has to deny this right now, even if he doesn't manage to get the kill. Actually, I think Drills did have time. He started to hit it just with about 8 seconds left. So even if he didn't get that kill, Drills would have won the game, or won the round rather, for his team. So nicely done by Force Rocker. Well timed. Well timed. Okay. So, Sobs go into the lead for the first time. Fantastic plays from Force Rocker to manage to just sneak his way in and get that plant down with Kusik Sam covering him. Kusik Sam dropped... If he'd have been killed like 2 seconds earlier, I think Drills probably would have been able to get onto Force and deny that plant, and that would have been round over and gone in Legacy's favor. But fair play to those 2 players there on Subs for managing to hold that down. get that plant successfully placed, and Force Rocker not just trying to hold an angle on site, but just actually getting all the way back and just forcing the plays from drills. Nicely done as we head back upstairs to master bedroom and office for the last round of the first half. Obviously, Swing or Be Swung are going to want to go into the second half of the 4-2 lead, but let's see how that's going to play out. Let's see how that's going to play out. What kind of setup are we going to get? Let's get a look at where Kane is putting his Saria gates, because that's always fun to see, is where Saria gates and stuff like that go. We can see them afterwards, but let's watch Kane for a moment and see where he's going to put them. Right, we're going to get one up here on the site doorway. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Burrito. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Burrito. Burrito, I like that. If it's not pronounced burrito, I'm pronouncing burrito anyway, because I like it. All right, Kane has put his gates down, just going to run around on that big roam downstairs on the bottom floor. Acoustic Sam, along with Numps, is going to rappel up for a library take. Force Rocker looks like he's going to join them as well as he starts to climb his way up. Not always the best idea to climb up that ladder until you have intel on what's going on in this room, because of course you can hold a position right here and shoot someone on that ladder as they climb up, or at least it used to be that way before the rework. I'm not sure if they've changed that. But Sam droning out as Numps is going to follow those drones and start to push his way towards the site. Sorry, I was just reading the Twitch chat. Okay, now 5 versus 5 still, 2 minutes left to go. Kane on the big roam here, and he's got a player coming down this staircase, and I don't think that they know he is there. So this could be an easy kill for Kane if he's got a bit of awareness. There's one player out there, he's going to be able to take down the ace. He's going to give his position away. The player at the bottom of the main stairs is going to start to push, but Kane manages to have it away on his toes just in the nick of time. Kane unusually not hitting a lot of his shots there, as in fact he didn't hit any of them. Not only not a lot of them, but he didn't hit any of them, as he's going to look at Trench and see if he can get a run out here onto a possible player on the window. God, Zach is upstairs, and he could easily get picked off by Kane if he's not careful. Zach is going to go for rappel. Kane is there. He hears it. He's going to wait for that run out. And there we go. That's an easy kill onto God Zach with the lack of awareness and the lack of intel down below. You've got to have that intel to know where these roamers are. You've got to shut roamers down. You can't let them just move around and do this to you. As we go to a 5 versus 2, this is looking very, very promising for Legacy right now to go to a 3-3 split, as Blitz has been denied from opening that wall thanks to a cheeky little signal jammer right there behind it. Yellow ping's going out, but there isn't really much that these guys can do right now. Yellow ping's letting Numps know where that utility is, but Numps just holding an angle here at the top of the staircase. They need to work together. They've got 45 seconds left to go. Ping's on the doorway. And at this rate, Sobs aren't going to achieve anything. Sobs aren't going to achieve anything by just standing here, looking through a hole, waiting for Legacy to poke their faces out. There are 5 of them. Kane, back on site now. Typhoon on site, waiting for a walk through the door. Just Toby, waiting by the piano, just in case. Backed up by Stealth 7, in case a refrag is required. Saria gate goes down. C4 goes out. Does nothing to Numps, nothing notable anywhere as Numps starts to push forward. Too much time has been wasted. Beautiful kill onto Stealth 7, but he goes to the reload straight after, allowing Toby to pull out that shotgun and get a nice easy pick. Blitz is going to bide his time. He's not going to quit out to save a death. He is going to get a kill though, as he does wait out those last dying seconds of the round. And we do get a 3-3. As Legacy managed to bring back round number 6, and sides are going to switch with Sobs going on to defense. First time chat from viewer, Epic Tempera. Hey, that's new in Twitch. Thank you very much for your first time chat, Epic Tempera. Very much appreciated. We love to see it. Why is the highlight just sitting and not actually doing anything? All right. Was everyone laughing at Kane there when he missed all those shots? Poor Kane. All right, so first site to get played, master bedroom and office. Stealth 7 is going to 6-pick the Monty and go onto Ash. I don't know much about Stealth 7, but I know that he does not seem like a Monty player. That's what I know about this guy right here. So, as we head into the second half, let's remember that Thatcher and Kaid are both banned, along with Jackal and Goyo. it's an interesting choice to ban Thatcher and then get rid of Kaid as well, because, you know, Kaid is the kind of operator that Thatcher is perfectly designed to counter. So by getting rid of Kaid, you kind of got rid of your need to get rid of your counter. So I don't know. I don't know. Is what it is. Is what it is. Let's see if we're going to get any peaks from any of these players on Legacy. On Swing or Be Swung. They seem the type of players that probably wouldn't. Godzak is going to go on the roam, as he often does. He is that type of player. And he's going to reinforce downstairs, so we are getting an underneath hold. And this is what I was talking about in the previous half, where we didn't see Legacy doing stuff like this. But this is perfectly viable to have a player or two down here. It's something you see Reborn do quite a lot, and it does work very well for them. Numps playing on the alibi with that big roam game downstairs. He could come in very, very clutch. 4 subs if Legacy are not careful. Drillster's just getting his steps in as he runs all the way around to the other side of the building from the other side of the map. I forget what it's called over there. But, you know, whatever that tower is. Whatever that tower is. Typhloros are making use of the unlimited shocks from the shock drone there and taking out default cam. That's what we love to see. Utility being put to good use as Stealth 7 claims the first life. This is the guy to watch. I was asked to watch Force Rocker, but I need to be watching this dude because he is just racking up the numbers as he goes 9 and 5 right now, which is exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Doesn't know default cam's down, so not the best information from teammates there if he didn't know that camera's down, or just he forgot. I mean, let's face it, it's the kind of thing that happens, right? Even if you hear the call, yeah, default cam's down, you're going to forget. You're going to forget, because it's kind of inconsequential. All right, so we are going to see Numps playing up here close to sight along with Godzak. That main wall from mezzanine into the office is going to get opened up by Thermite. Just Toby gets it open. C4 goes out, and Just Toby tries to shoot it, but he doesn't manage to. And somehow as it goes off, it actually didn't kill Toby. In fact, it hardly did any damage. That is interesting. He was so close to that C4. We literally saw it land right by his feet. Very questionable as Kane claims the life of Numps. 3 versus 5 now. As Kane's just moving in, trying to get the picks here, just face checking absolutely everything. He is going to eventually down Godzak as Godzak for some reason walks out from behind the shield while still reloading. And Kane is going to pick up that last kill onto Force Rocker, putting around very decisively on the board for Legacy as Force Rocker's looking completely the wrong way. Completely the wrong way, distracted by the players outside on the mezzanine floor. Okay, so round number 1 of the first half is going to go to Legacy. As Swing will be swung, are going to head back to master bedroom and office. What's going on in the stream? Okay, cool. What's Valuer, welcome to the stream. Never mind, he's playing Twitch. Okay. All right. So, no 6 picks. Everybody happy with their operators, which we love to see. Everyone's happy. No 6 picks on the site as well. Master bedroom and office, still the site of choice here for Swing or Be Swung as their primary site. Clearly they feel they can still win this. They just need to tweak a couple of things perhaps from what they did the last time. Maybe the one thing to tweak is not to lose so many lives quite so early. That would be one way to do it. But let's see what they managed to pull out of the bag here. This, as we talked about, running up to the start of the game, who asked to watch Force Rocker? It was Sinkaz. Briskzak, it was Sinkaz. He wanted to pay to watch Force Rocker for some reason. I don't know why. Force Rocker busy opening up, rotates all over the place here. But as I was going to say, we were talking before the game started, how this theoretically could be game of the week. I mean, these two teams, very close, were the grand finalists in another league just a week or two ago. So, you know, this is set to be a very good game. Every other game this week has basically been last season pro team versus last season challenger team, and theoretically you expect the pros to win those games, right? You just expect it, and it is how it works. Sync won their game, Reborn won their game, but we have no former TXB Pro team here in this matchup, so this theoretically should be a lot closer than most of the other games that we've got. Let's see if it's going to play out that way. Stealth claims another life. This guy just runs around just shooting stuff, and it seems to work for him, going 11 and 5 right now. He is MVPing for his team. If they can take the win, it looks like he's got a firm MVP position lined up. Force Rocker playing upstairs on site. We've got Numps playing with him, watching the same holes. We've got Blitz playing behind Piano, very common position. And Godzak backing him up with Force Rocker just traversing his way between site and Piano. Just Toby falls into a frost mat. You got to love the frost mats. There we go. But it's so out of position that Toby's going to get revived. And he is back in the game, but with only 20% health, of course. Now, Numps is going to take a whole load of damage as he does back out. He's managed to down Kane in the meantime. Twitch is going to cover and start to get the revive as Stealth comes in to cover the swing from the doorway. Kane's going to get back up, and he's going to have 20 HP as well. So at the moment, although we're in a 5 versus 4, I have to say that Sobs do have the advantage here. They just have to throw a feather at just Toby and Kane, and they're going to get a win. Lovely big explosion there on the wall as that does open up, but Drills is going to claim the life of Numps, who's just sitting there watching the wall, totally oblivious to that doorway, which Godzak is now going to start watching. 3 versus 5, main wall is open, and a plant is likely to come in as soon as possible. Legacy just need to make sure they shut down all of the possible angles before Toby goes in and plants right behind this little half wall right here. Force Rocker, perfect angle to cover it. Blitz able to swing it if he wants to, but he does have to worry, of course, about the players out here in the hallway. Kane watching an angle onto bathroom window, but that's not going to amount to anything. It's just Toby's getting ready for the right moment to run in and start this plant. Godzak's holding the angle, Force Rocker's holding the angle. We've got a good crossfire here. Ash is seen, but Godzak's not going to push it as just Toby does fall. Diffuser is dropped. He's not going to be going in and planting any time yet. 30 seconds left to go as Blitz EU takes down Drills. 3 versus 3. That's a second one for Blitz. Even seen a 3 versus 1 as Stealth 7 goes down to the hands of Blitz as well. Kane is the last man standing. That's a 3k, I think, there for Blitz. Let's see if he can make it a 4. Kane is going to hold back and he's going to peek out. But Kane is going to get that pick. 1 versus 2 now. Kane's going to get another one. He's just got one more left to find. This is winnable if he can find Force Rocker, but Force Rocker is hiding away like a cheeky little rat, just hiding behind a corner to win the round. I say like a cheeky little rat, but let's be fair. It's a completely valid and justifiable and realistic play. It's what I would do myself. It's what I would do myself. So, Legacy. Swing will be swung. 4-4 right now. Nice and close. This is what we love to see. I was hoping this season we'd have some really good close games, and so far we've had really good close games. On Monday we had an 8-6 in favor of Sync. Yesterday we had a 7-5 in favor of Reborn. If this carries on, we could be looking at a 7-5 or an overtime game. And I'd love to see either. Numps is going to 6-pick Valkyrie and go onto mute. So instead of being an intel gainer, he's going to be an intel denier. Let's see how he puts these signal jammers to use. Force Rocker playing on the mirror. I want to see where Blitz is going to put his frost mats. We've got one here in the gaming room window. That makes perfect sense. Personally, I'd like to see 2 going down there, rather than just the 1. They're all going to run upstairs to this big upstairs hold. Now, I suspect that we're going to get a library stairs hold, which is very, very common. Nice frost mat here underneath the library hallway window, ready for someone to drop in to apply pressure to whoever's behind that shield. And we are going to get the Pro League set up here of a shield on mezzanine and possibly a couple of reinforcements right next to Blitz, just to keep him safe from anyone pushing into library. And another frost mat in the library window. That's going to give good intel to Blitz if someone jumps in, whether they shoot it first or whether they just land in it. We're going to have Numps playing behind the shield. No, he's not playing behind that shield. Is it going to be Sam or is it going to be someone else? Sam doesn't seem like the kind of guy that sits behind a shield. It turns out he is. I mean, he's playing smoke. Disappointed. Hashtag disappointed. All right, heavy push here onto Solarium with 2 players just making their way in. Typhlosion's got the intel, and he does make that push as Twitch and start to make his way through the top floor. We can see 2 other players on the other side of the map. Looking on cams, those are defenders. They are not attackers. They are defenders over here above site, looking on cams and just waiting for people to start to make a push. Kusik Sam's going to be very tricky to move out of position if he's got enough ADSs here protecting him. He's got 1, he's got 2. So Sam is going to be difficult to dislodge, but Typhlosion's going to be the one to come around and try it. Now, he does have shock drones. He can send in his shock drone and take down 1 or 2 of these one or two of these ADSs. It's going to be tricky. In fact, to be better off bringing it in through the window here. or under the wall and bring it in from the other side, because he probably could take down that signal jammer and the ADS from the doorway here, though Zach would see it. Yeah, so set up to stop everything. Set up to stop everything here as Typhlosion does send that drone out. As Force Rocker claims the life of Kane. Now that is a big win there for Swing or Be Swung, because of course Kane is a gunner, despite what we saw when he was trying to shoot the ace in a previous round. He is a gunner. Maka with the faith in Force Rocker. That's what we love to see. 5 versus 5. Force Rocker watching cams, because default cam is still up. Numps down below, helping to watch that double window. Blitz trying to shut down the drone. He does get spotted, and he is perfectly safe because he has a mirror window, but that does get taken out by the shock drone, it seems. As the shock drone now drops down through the hatch. Going to find a player there on the back stairs, but he is going to lose that important bit of utility as Godzak gets into a gunfight with someone. Looked like it was Stealth 7. With what we've seen so far, I think Stealth 7 is likely to come off better at this point. We can see players vaulting through windows. The shield protecting Zach is dropped. That's going to leave him very exposed. He's going to have to start making his way back to site, but Sam is going to take down Stealth, and with that shotgun out, while Drills is reloading, he's going to get a slug to the face, and that puts him out of action as just Toby takes one as well. Typho's on last man standing now in a 1 versus 5, and you got to say it doesn't look good for Ty, and this could well be another round going to Sobs. Oh no, bullets all over the place, but he doesn't manage to hit them. He manages to get one. That's Blitz dropping a cheeky little 360 straight afterwards there with the pistol, and that is the LFP 586 or whatever it is as well. Going for the one taps. Typhlosion knows that his days are numbered, and he's just biding his time, having a little bit of fun here. And eventually Sam manages to get the shotgun 3K and win the round for Sobs. Beautifully done. Okay, so Sobs 5-4 up. And it's looking good for them. Wine Cellar and Snowmobile is going to be the next site to get played. We saw this played once in the last half, or the first half, and it was won by the attackers. So you kind of question why that's going to happen, why they're going to go there. I don't know why highlights just are not playing properly right now. They've been playing all week, but for some reason here they're not. So I'm just going to stop with the highlights for today, I think, and not bring them out. Unless I'm just looking at them too late. I'll do it next time and check it again. I'll check it again. And I tried looking at why there's no audio on highlights, and I, for the life of me, can't work it out why. It's this new stream setup. For some reason, with the new setup, it doesn't play the audio from the file. But it does on my old setup, and the setup's exactly the same in terms of configuration. So I don't know why it's not doing it. But you don't really need the sound. You don't need the sound. Okay, so downstairs, kitchen and dining. Actually, the site has been 6-picked with kitchen and dining. No more snowmobile and garage, which does make sense. Kitchen and dining, very popular site. I expect a heavy top floor hold. You can hold over here in library as well to slow people down, because you know, you can stop people getting into office pretty much by, well, not stop them getting in, but you can hold it down and make it very difficult for them by setting up over here and having rotates here to allow you to get through. But most people are likely to play it from directly above site. We have the hatch reinforced, which is an interesting choice. Now, obviously, when you've got a site with a hatch right above it, you've got two options. One, open it up so that you can drop back down to site when you need to. But at the same time, that makes it very, very exposed to the attackers as soon as they clear the top floor. If they don't have breaching utility, if it was closed, they wouldn't be able to get through. But if you've opened up for them, brilliant, you just drop into sight because you've cleared the top. You know no one's in sight, you just drop through. Or you can reinforce it, which is exactly what Swing or Be Swung have chosen to do. Now, this does make it harder for the attackers if they get control of above sight. They just have to use Maverick or Ace to open up this hatch, or a hard breach charge if you've got one of those operators in play. But it does mean that if you get pressed, you can't just drop back to site and fall back and save your life. Basically, with the hatch reinforced, Kusik Sam right now is basically playing his life upstairs. He's likely to be there until the moment he dies. He has no strong retreat, especially if he gets pinched from Solarium and also this side, which at the moment it looks like could happen because Kane is over here now on the bed, on the bathroom side. He's opening fire onto Godzak, who has taken some damage. And Zach is going to be there to back up Kusik Sam, but is he going to be enough? That's the question. as Drills is starting to take down utility using that shock drone. Force Rocker watching cams, watching Godzak's back. Godzak's going to take a load more damage, and he is now going to start to fall back a bit as he takes another bullet to the toe, and he's going to head back downstairs to make sure that he doesn't die. Sam, upstairs still, like I said, pinched in. You've got Drills over here. You've got another player on the window over here. It was bound to happen. Bound to happen. So, 5 versus 3. Drillsters upstairs, moving his way around to get close to sight. Hatch is sealed, so they're going to need to use... Oh, no, they can't use Ace because all of his Selmas have been spent, so it's all going to be down to Typhlosion to open that hatch if that's the control that they want. 2 mirror windows on site. Interesting setup. The Stealth claims life for another. This is looking very strongly like a Legacy round, unless Force Rocker can do absolute magic with this mirror window. Manages to take down one, but he's likely to get revived because he is fairly safe over there. Grenades falling all around Force Rocker's ears with Godzak holding back. Here in Trophy, Force Rocker very close to death now as his windows start to get opened up, and that is his power position taken away from him as the player upstairs is going to run around to join his teammates. Force Rocker does claim 1, 2 versus 4. Now things looking a little bit better, but the diffuser is very close to being in sight and planted. 10 seconds to go. He's got to get in and start planting, but Force Rocker knows there's a player there to the right. There's not much he can do. C4 can go out. There's the C4. If that stops the plant, it doesn't. That is it. Just Toby's going to clean up those last 2 kills. And the round is going to go to Legacy. What a back and forth we are seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. If Force Rocker had got that C4 over that table and denied that plant and then just managed to stay alive for like another 3 seconds, I think it was, round for subs. But no, we are destined to have another 2 rounds at least, as the only scores possible now is a 7-5 or overtime. So these next 2 rounds are definitely going to play out. Master Bedroom and Office has become unlocked again for Swing or Be Swung, and they are going to go back up there. Blitz is going to tease the clash, but he's going to 6-pick it and go onto Frost instead. We're going to have Drills getting rid of the Zephyr and going onto Twitch, who's proving very useful in this map. We haven't seen a lot of Twitch play in the last season or 2, in all honesty, but this season she's had a fair bit of play, I think, in the last 3 games. Probably not so much in game number 1, but I think we saw her a fair bit yesterday. I can't recall exactly, but she's getting some good use here. It's good to see Twitch coming back into fashion. Her utility has become so much more useful now. Not that it ever wasn't useful, but with the everlasting shocks, as long as you let them recharge, the fact that her drone can jump, the fact that she now has 3 drones because she's got the 2 shock drones and the 1 standard drone that she gets in prep phase, it makes her much more versatile and useful than she was previously. So good to see her getting loads of play. Mira, for once not banned, she's going to get loads of play as well, as Sam is going to put up a mirror window here to watch the library. Holes getting opened up. You see, this is another option where it's kind of like, do you leave the wall next to your mirror window completely sealed and rely on the fact that you just know how to peek out and shoot through the wall without having a line of sight? Or do you open it up so that you could fall through it like Kusik Sam could, or so that you can chuck out a C4? You want to be able to chuck out a C4, but you've got to remember it works both ways. All it takes is for a well-cooked grenade to come through that hole, and that's Kusik Sam dead. But of course, you've got to get in there first. Now you can just jump in the window, start to cook a grenade, lean out, chuck it, and that's an easy kill for you if you can get away with it. If you've got the timing, mirror window is going to get opened. Oh, and Kusik Sam does get that C4 out, and that is one of the good reasons why you open up a big fat hole like this next to a mirror window. Just Toby making his way up the staircase from the great fireplace. Hey, best memes, thank you very much for the follow. Just Toby making his way up the staircase, watching his flanks here, as things are looking good for Sobs right now. Just Toby and Typhlosion, the 2 Vanquished players left standing, along with the fairly long-standing Legacy player Drills still in play, playing with the 2 Vanquished teammates. Let's see what they can make happen. Now we've got a mirror window there that's just easily going to get taken out of commission. Interesting choice to have that mirror window there like that. There's nothing you can do to stop anyone from breaking it, and you can't use it to get kills really, unless it's to call out C4s from below. So an interesting choice of mirror placement. Typhlosion drops downstairs to rotate possibly around to Solarium with that defeat. No, he's going to drop down and then come back up the staircase. Interesting play choice, but it's going to be a heavy push right now onto the office side of the map. Now, Typhlosion is the only one with hard breach, so he's going to try to get this open. I don't know if this is the right play. No, it did work against him, and Numps got that kill. I'd rather have seen Numps... I'd rather have seen him... Oh, because he got the flank, he wouldn't have got away with it anyway. I'd rather have seen... I was going to say, I'd rather have seen Typhlosion opening up a crouch hold on the right side of the wall so that they could try and walk through it at least to get into sight, rather than open up that hole at the top. Force Rocker taking a bit of damage for his teammates. 9 and 6 right now, so people that say Force can't frag, 9 and 6 right now. Player drops down right in front of Just Toby, and Just Toby isn't going to be able to do anything about it. That's a flawless round there as Kusik Sam gets that last pick. And we see Sobs be the first team to go onto match point. This is what we like to see. So it's either going to be a Sobs win or overtime with a Sobs win or a Legacy win. Barn Gaming, the last site of regulation. Let's see how this one's going to play out. We've seen it played once already by Swing or Be Swung, and they won it. They won it. So, you know, let's see what's going to happen here. This could be a Sobs win. This could be an upset because a lot of people, myself included, to be fair, were backing Legacy. Kane is going to 6-pick Nomad. Great utility on Nomad, but she's going to be left behind, left at home, and Iana's going to come out to play instead. Again, great utility. Very much lends herself to Kane's playstyle, I think. Frags and all that kind of thing. Thank you very much, Redemption Gaming Live, for the follow. Very much appreciated, my peoples. Very much appreciated. I was going to say my dude and then realized you might not be a dude type. So, yeah. Sixter, he's dreadful, only good at throwing. No. No. Hey, Eback! Welcome to the stream. I didn't see you there. Thank you very much for coming along, Eback. Very much appreciated. I do love to see Eback in the stream. Caster extraordinaire. Alright, so same frost mats coming out here from Blitz going down underneath that window. I expect we'll see one under the library window and one under the gaming window. Is that... yeah, there's one there. Is there going to be one going under the library window as well? Nope, nope. Blitz thinks twice as Sam opens up that hatch. He's going to run away and do something else with his third frost mat. There it is, going on blue stairs. Okay. I don't know if that's going to pay off. I don't know if that's going to pay off. Be interesting to see. Alrighty, so 20 seconds in to round number 12. Match number point. Match number point? Yeah, well, forget that happened. Match point as Drills on Flores makes his way up to the roof and is going to run across the building. So join his two teammates. It looks like we are going to get a push in through the double windows. Numps claims his first life. That's Just Toby from Legacy falling. And that's, yeah, that's the problem. That's a problem. I don't know who's IGLing on Legacy. Just Toby used to do it a lot on Vanquish. Whether or not he's doing it over here for Legacy, I don't know. I have heard that Kane sometimes do it. But Kane is going to take down Numps and get very quickly traded by Godzak. And this is looking good for Sobs. Sobs could be about to get payback for the UXL final where they fell 3-0 to them just a week or so ago. Sobs need to play this carefully. They do not want to throw this away and go on to overtime and risk winning. 3 points on the line on this round for Sobs right now. If we go to overtime, the best they can manage is 2. But they want those 3. And that's going to cement them at the top of the board along with Reborn, having 3 points each. Now, Godzak playing downstairs below sight with the C4s. Oh, we can see there's players up there. The yellow pings are going out. C4 getting ready. Goes up. Oh, and a beautiful kill onto Typhloos on there from Godzak. Nicely done, young sir. Good teamwork there. We see the yellow pings playing perfectly into that C4 throw from Godzak. And this is looking very, very good for Sobs. If they throw this now, they will never forget it. Never forget it. Gaslight goes out, but Drills is going to full stealth 7. Last man standing. If anyone can clutch this up in this game, it's going to be him, but he isn't going to manage it. As Godzak is going to claim that last life and swing or be swung. Win the game. Well done to them.
Swing or be swung wins 7-5.
Indeed, well done to Swing or Be Swung for the 7-5 victory there. Nicely done, peoples. Nicely done. Okay,